So what I would like to discuss today, the first point is what is the organization's resilience? It's a basic introduction we will have. Then we will discuss how resilience and HACCP performance are interrelated. Then through HACCP performance, how we can achieve different resilience levels of ANSP. If you achieve those resilience levels through the performance of HACCP in different levels and different responsibility, what kind of benefits ANSPs are going to get it? So within 20 minutes, it is not possible for an ANSP to become resilient. So I'm also giving some of the points what we have to do further beyond this webinar. So let me start my presentation. So generally, a resilience is a ability of an organization to anticipate, prepare for, respond and adapt to incremental change and sudden disruptions in order to survive and prosper. So incremental change may be the addition of a taxiway runway in an airport, or there may be a sudden storm or tsunami or any kind of natural calamity. So how an organization can anticipate and prepare and respond and adapt to those incremental as well as sudden disruption is resilience. Any organization that are trying to be resilient, it need to be flexible and proactive. To be that organization requires the adoption of excellent habits. They should be eager to learn from their own experience as well as from others' experience. So suppose any organization wants to transform themselves into a high levels of resilience, then they need to own the present situation. It may be good, it may be bad, or it may be very good, but we need to own that current situation. Then we should assess, and then we have to evaluate what we need to achieve and where are we. So naturally, there will be some gaps. So we need to identify those gaps. Then we should put the effort to progress slowly to reach that level so that the organization will be resilient. Also, when there is a gap, we need not to go for a new ventures. Sometimes our AdSubs and our system already have the potentials. So once we scientifically analyze the gaps, we will have a look at the hidden potentials and power within the organization. So how AdSub performance and ANSP resilience are relevant? It is obvious for transformation of any organization to have the resilience. Okay, so how we correlate, because I don't want to miss any point before I proceed. So how the resilience and AdSub performance are correlated, because any organization to survive, the most important resource is human resource. Unless otherwise you involve those human resources, we will not be in a position to progress to the new level. So when it comes to ANSP, typically AdSubs are the key performers in the safety chain, and also they are key enablers of the ANS ground infrastructure. So through them, developing ANSPs can identify the hidden potentials of organization and transform. What kind of resilience we should get through them? Number one is defensive. It means we should ensure that there is no bad things are happening further. The next level is progressive level. Here we should ensure that we make good things are happening. Then consistency. Whatever we do, we should ensure that we are able to do it in consistency. Then consistency, whenever you are aiming too much towards consistency, we become a rigid organization. We will not have flexibility. So we should ensure that not only the consistency, we should also have flexibility. So first level of matured level of resilience, this everybody knows. Without this level of maturity, no ANSP can in fact function in the any organization. It's a defensive perspective where the focus is given on loss avoidance and value preservation. So we want to ensure that whatever we are doing today should not get affected, and we should not face any. We should retain our reputation in the public because we are directly serving to public. So here ANSP focuses mainly on continued operation and regulatory compliance. So this is self-explanatory. We are mandatorily, we have to comply the regulatory requirements. So what kind of mechanism we adopt here? We carry all these things through monitoring and complying. Consistency in this level is achieved through system, procedures, and ATSEP at field level. System you can assume as a standby main, all these kind of systems, standard operating procedures, and the required competency of the ATSEP at the field level. So this is a very basic level of resilience for any organization. But here, the ANSP is resilience enough to handle only known problem with proven techniques. So whether it is sufficient? No. We have to proceed to the next level. So when it comes next level, we need to go for a mindful action. This is second level of resilience. So here, this is also defensive perspective, focused on same loss avoidance and value preservation. But here we are ensuring a mechanism is through noticing and responding. So here the flexibility in noticing and responding unknown function is achieved. So here first we are going to the further high level. Here we are going to respond to the unknown problem. But this both the levels, preventive control and mindful action, both are only in the defensive side only, but it only helps you to bounce back to normal or dynamically stable even after the crisis. But this won't be sufficient. This won't be sufficient for any ANSP to grow and prosper in future. So we need to progress further. How do we progress? We should also need to develop our resilience into bounce forward, not only bounce back, bounce forward. Now we will see the third level of maturity is coming in the performance optimization. It's a program perspective that focused on continuous improvement. This is a progressively you are going to do. So to reach this level, we must understand that we should have a maturity in the previous levels. So having maturity to ensure the continued operation of ANSP focuses on further process improvements. So here we are improving and exploiting the existing mechanism, how we can improve. So the consistency is achieved through leadership qualities of ATSEP. At manager level through field levels as such. This is not only possible with only technical knowledge. So the resilience comes here. The ANSP is able to handle the changes in the stakeholders' demands due to globalization. Next level of highest level of resilience is adaptive innovation. This is again progressive perspective that focused on creating, inventing, and exploring unknown. Here ensuring mechanism will be through imagining and creating. So here also leadership qualities of ATSEP at the senior manager levels through manager and field level below is very much essential. In this level of resilience, the ANSP is able to adapt and to adjust best to the fast changing aviation environment. So whatever we discussed, this is like in 4 quadrants you can see. So in the first quadrant, the minimum requirement where you have to meet a mandatory requirement, we have only field engineers level. They will only attend what is known. The next level, we should try to see what is unknown. Then we have to improve the process. Then we have to adapt the new innovations. While doing so, the top leaders must ensure that whatever strategy we plan, that should depend on the nature of the organization, its operational requirements, and the industry, particularly level of uncertainty and rate of technological regulatory changes and market changes. So this we can very well correlate with our ANSP. In ANSP, generally we are prone to have accidents. It is not accident is happening in a high frequency, but still our main key area is safety, and we try to avoid any kind of safety lapses. So most of the developing agencies, they will be mostly concentrating on the first level of resilience, that is preventative control, that they will try to be in the defensive consistent quadrant only most of the time. A preoccupation with the one dimension, that is in the preventative control, could create blind spots in higher levels of maturity. You may would like to recollect that I told in the initial slides, we need to identify hidden potentials. So hidden potentials, if you want to highlight, then you should be able to concentrate on all the quadrant. Then only you will come to know your local potentials. Next is whatever the higher levels of resilience level only will bring the maximum benefits to ANSP. Otherwise, you will lose all those benefits. Now, quickly, I will tell what kind of benefits you will get. I would like to try to recollect all of you. In the 4 quadrants, the ADCEP's role and performance cannot be same. In the lowermost quadrant, the ADCEP's role will be different. When it progresses further, the leadership qualities also need to be enhanced in the ADCEP level. When they progress in the cadre, their only technical knowledge is not sufficient. We need to inculcate the leadership qualities slowly. Then only they will be able to perform all the roles. So what are the benefits when they perform all the roles? Let us see in the first level. Known problems are solved using proven techniques. Suppose a geographically big state, some problems are already addressed in particular place, but it may not be known to the other state. So that should be improved. That will be improved. Once you inculcate this systematically, any known problem will be solved immediately. And standard ways to do things are perfected by fine tuning, like SOPs. You will be developing SOPs after a period of time. Your standard operating procedures will be well refined and proven. And you will have a redundancy in your design based on the critical requirement, and disturbances are quickly counteracted by planned responses. So if any ANSP, if they are able to do this, they can evaluate themselves as, yes, we are having these levels of maturity. So here you see that field engineers, they know only what is the expected problem and what are the process is going to take and what will be the expected output. There is nothing to do in the mindful thinking. Now next see next level. Here people are cautious. In this level of maturity, the ADCEPs, based on the training and competency development, they are cautious about what could go wrong. And they are always looking at the opportunities of a major breakdown or some threats. So they will be able to plan well and address quickly. And here they will be exercising the judgment discretion. It means they will have more knowledge than just executing a standard operating procedures. It means these people should have different skill sets and different competency levels. So here these people are empowered to act on recognizing a problem. So here you can see they not only know what is the input is expected, what action they should take, what is expected output, but in case of external variance, external unknown problems also, they will be able to perform their required services. Now let us go to the other level. This is here we are improving the process. So what we are doing here, do what we do better way. So whatever we were doing yesterday, we will not do it the same way, but we will have to improve it. So here the known solutions are implemented quickly. So whatever the complicated system that we are bringing in the ground ANS infrastructure these days. So the problem, whatever happens in particular process, how it will affect the other process, how the solution can be implemented quickly. This kind of sense of directions, goals and roles and responsibilities are clearly defined here. A strong individual leader who people can relate to ownership and responsibility. Here, as you can see, different levels of process and interconnection, and as well as the external impacts will be known to this level of ANSYS skills. So they will be having certain skills that they will be able to address these areas. Now the highest level of this thing is that adaptive innovation. So here they will have the origin creating innovation, so that the existing patterns and whatever we are working, this type of qualified accept in the high level of competency, they will try to come with the innovation. They will have a creative thinking, problem solving, and multiple perspectives. They will be able to analyze the same problem, so that this collective strategic actions can be taken in a higher level. So this level of competencies are required for system-wide changes when we bring not only in a given ANSP and across the borders. So these people should have a concept knowledge or competency in the system level. So you can easily correlate. I have told 4 levels of requirement. Number 1 is known problem. They will execute with a set of standard operating procedures. The second level, they will be able to capable of anticipating the problem which is unknown, but they will be able to give the solution for the below level. Then third level is they will try to adopt more process improvisation so that efficiency is brought more, so that they can accommodate more challenges in the organization. And finally, they will question even the existing system. They will bring the innovation. When the ANSP is in a good system, they will try to give new ideas so that the ANSPs can bring their resilience into picture in the practice, so that when challenge comes, they will be able to achieve required resilience. So what further we have to do is that any ANSP who want to do this kind of process need to own the situation, whatever is there in front of them, and assess what is required, evaluate it, whether we have achieved what is required. If not there, identify the gaps and proceed to the filling the gaps. So next step is find the gap and fill. So in this case, in this same scenario, the next presentations, whichever is going to come, this will be the one of the solutions for what I mean to say, whatever I have discussed, or it can be additional perspectives on their own angle. They will give some valuable input. How, what kind of practices we can take, and what are the immediate actions we can take, like that. So if anybody would like to further collaborate on this through our IFATSE report, it is available in the IFATSE website also. Anybody wants, you can take from me and you can make use of this report. And additionally, we have made a mastermind group for especially for human performance. With all these challenging tasks, we will be deliberating there. I request all of you to make use of all these IFATSE provisions and let us build a new generation of ANSPs with highest resilience. So thank you so much for patience hearing.